Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, what do we have here? We have an Audi RS6 Avant, which I think is the ultimate daily driver, and it's my job today to convince Martin to think the same.
May take some convincing this, but we shall see.
Well, first off, as we've got the bonnet open, we'll have a look under here. What we have here is a 4 litre bi-turbo V8. Now you can get this in a number of different power guises. This one is the standard figure, which is 552 horsepower, which is not exactly slow as...
You can't say that. You said that's the standard one.
That is the standard one. Well, the reason is because you can get what they call a performance pack, which puts that up to 605 horsepower.
Right.
Okay. The thing that strikes me is actually how compact this is for a V8.
I was just going to say, you think V8, size of the performance and all that, and you expect a whopping engine. We've got a massive bonnet covered in that. You think, oh, it's going to be massive. But then we look at this and it does seem, for the nature of the size of the car, fairly compact, doesn't it?
The other thing to note, of course, is as we know from the past, the previous RS Audi models tend to have the engine slung right over the front axle.
Yes, I remember this.
And as you can see, it's quite a bit further back than
it seems more balanced and in more proportion of an area, doesn't it, rather than nose heavy.
Yeah. Now, I'm not an engineer, but I suspect the reason for that is probably down to weight distribution. So obviously, the further towards the middle of the car it is, the better it's going to be.
It's hidden, obviously, under your bonnet and all that, but look at the detailing of this cover.
Yeah.
Just the cover, but look at all the detailing and colours that's gone onto it. I mean, look at this cover. Look at all the detail on it, all the colours, the badge, everything, and we've got a massive bonnet.
Yeah.
And when you open it up, it's all sort of impressive. It is all very close together.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to even start working on it and getting my hands in everything.
I think you'd have to take a lot of this apart to be.
I suppose a lot of engines are like that. But it's still an impressive thing, which I find is under wraps at the end of the day. It's covered in it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's an impressive engine. Obviously, a lot of cars nowadays, the downsides, and they go into sort of V6 turbocharging, that type of thing.
Yeah, do you think this is going to be the last sort of one we see like this?
Well, there is an new RS6 imminent, and I suspect it's probably going to be going down from a V8, although I'm not entirely sure. Don't take my word for it.
Bit of a shame, but you go.
It just seems to be the trend.
Expect bigger.
Yeah.
But that's when you hear it's a V8 and you think, oh, it's going to be massive, there's going to be pipes everywhere now.
Yeah.
And we're down to something like this. But it is what it is, but I like all this.
It certainly gives it a level of character having a V8.
To the effort to do that for an engine cover.
Yeah.
And I think that says a lot about Audi.
Yeah.
Just that.
And obviously you've got all that torque, all that power. All the power you ever need. Like I say, this is the standard version, but 550 horsepower is not exactly.
So far, I'm impressed with that.
Yeah.
So it's
looking good. My argument is looking good so far. Should we take a look at the rest of the car?
We shall, yeah. Well, I've just got to say, just as I've got in, I've noticed the puddle lights, the projection thing of the Audi logo.
Yeah, on the floor.
I really love that. I thought that was great. I could be opening my door and closing it all day long looking at that. That's a good touch.
I think when you pay this sort of much money for a car, you expect touches like that, don't you? It's just it's nice to have.
Well, do you know, when I was stood outside, I was a bit dubious looking in, but now I'm inside looking out. I'm really impressed in what I made.
I think the main thing that strikes me as well with this car, and it's not just the fact it's an RS6, is just the quality of the materials of an Audi.
Well, again, as I pointed out, like with Audi R8 and so on, German build quality. You can't knock it.
You can't.
Sometimes it can be dull, but you can't knock the build quality.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to level of criticism, I would probably say it would like a bit more character, but you can't argue with the quality.
Well, there's little touches, obviously, that like they did on the engine bay. So many colours and things and detail going on, and then they've continued a theme like on your gear shift here.
Yeah.
One thing I would have liked to have seen, and they are on the backs of the seats, it's logoed, but the sort of logo just strengthened in the colour, and I would have liked to have seen a bit of colour with them to make them stand out.
There's some of the red in the badge there, yeah. In terms of gadgets, obviously it's an RS6. It's absolutely loaded as standard with all gadgets. Obviously you've got the screen there that does flip out and come upwards, show you your different functions there, your radio station and navigation.
I do like the idea of that it's neatly kept away.
Yeah. I think it's gives it a cleaner look, and obviously better for security as well.
Well, with me on my Fiesta ST line, and it's always sort of stuck there. I get used to it, and if it wasn't there, it'd look odd.
Yeah.
But I do also like the idea of it is away and then comes out when it's needed.
But yeah, it's a lovely idea, especially when you've got your navigation screen up there and everything else. It's really, really good indeed. Obviously you've got your climate control down here, of course, dual zone as you'd expect, heated seats in the front. You've also got all your other functions such as traction control off.
Yeah.
Obviously to turn off the parking sensors, as in front and rear, of course.
I like the idea of being able to turn your parking sensors off.
That is adjustment for your, I suppose it's for the steering wheel function, so you can have sport or normal or that type of thing. And also you've got your stop-start system, which I'm not a fan of. I think most people just turn them off when you get in the car.
And the first thing I do is switch it off.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of it.
Seems a bit daft having a stop-start function on an RS6, doesn't it?
I'd be more miffed if you couldn't turn it off, but it's a good feature to be able to turn
I suppose it's just a thing that modern cars have now, don't they, for emissions and such like. Obviously you've got your controls on the steering wheel there, heated steering wheel there on this one. So this is a nice size.
Or is it the centrepiece that's throwing it?
Maybe.
It feels like
it's small. Yeah.
Small.
But I like the perforations in the leather. That gives it a really nice feel. And actually having a smaller steering wheel like this, I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just me, but it seems to make the car feel a bit more nimble. Don't
get me wrong, it could actually complement the car right. Maybe, again, I would have liked to have seen a flat bottom steering wheel.
Yeah.
As a lot of cars are going that way.
So this car is just come up to 3 years old now, so some things in it obviously are going to seem a bit dated. And I know that has been mentioned on social media with the current RS6. People sort of say, well, it's looking a bit old now, but it's about to be replaced. Also, you've got your flappy paddles for the gearbox.
Yeah, flappy paddles in it.
DSG gearbox, of course, twin clutch. So shifts are really instant, quick. Moving on to the door there, you've got your memory functions for your seats, 2 different sets of memory functions. I've got a lot on this side.
The passenger's a bit, he's got no windows, he can lock and unlock this, but...
Obviously your mirrors there, power fold function for the either side.
I don't like this sort of suede stuff going on. It looks good.
Yeah.
Maybe, and again I'm being very picky today, but maybe could it have been another colour just to break it a little bit? Or that could have been a bit too much. Who knows? Again,
I think it suits the colour scheme of the car.
I don't like it's there rather than just plastic.
Yeah. Lights, as you'd expect, you've got all your auto light functions down there. You've got rain sensing wipers. The sensor obviously behind there for that. And of course, moving up to the roof, the fabulous panoramic sunroof.
I really think a car like this needs it, because I won't say it is gloomy. It's obviously got all the dark colours going on, but I think with this roof, you wouldn't get lost in this car.
Well, it's funny because I'm assuming, like most cars, this is an optional extra, although I've never seen an RS6 without it.
That's true, I haven't actually. No.
If it is an option, it's one that pretty much everybody takes up. And you can see why, can't you? Because it's absolutely...
I think at the end of the day, I think a car like this sheer size would look strange with a standard roof.
I think the problem is because it's a performance car, and we see this a lot now. I know Malcolm's mentioned it before on the channel as well.
Yeah.
A lot of sports cars or cars with sporting pretensions do have black headliners. And if you imagine this, obviously this has got tinted windows. All the windows are down at the moment, but if you imagine the windows are up and didn't have the sunroof and you have this black headliner, it would be very, very dark.
Well, when we take another look on the outside, there's one thing I will say about this car, which you'll notice straight away on the film. It has a stealthy look about it.
It does.
You'll see that.
And you've probably seen that already from the start.
Everything seems to be mirroring that it's all dark and menacing.
Yeah.
I think it suits the nature of the car, actually.
I think so. I think you have certain themes going on with certain cars.
You do.
And I think that the theme on this one kind of suits the car. You don't want the exterior to be different to the interior.
No.
There's no point having a dark exterior and then a cream leather interior.
No, I really just don't think that would work.
Yeah.
I think they've got everything right with this. They are.
And of course, the main important thing, the lovely Quattro badge.
Yeah, we've seen this on the Audis before, and they really like to advertise the fact of Quattro. Again, it's something I want to see. Pay all this money for a car, it's Quattro. You expect it.
It just helps with the performance level of this car. This car's packing a lot of power, and that four-wheel drive system just helps put that power safely and effectively on the ground.
I have a thing about Audis in general. I like the way they sound, most of them.
Yeah.
I can guarantee this is going to be a right beast.
So, does that help you with your thoughts on my opinion this being the ultimate daily driver, Martin?
I will say so far that it's ticking a lot of boxes of what I like about the car. Whether it be an ultimate daily driver, I'm still not so sure yet.
Well, here we are in the back, Martin. Thoughts?
Straight away, we're not what we call very short people, neither of us, but where these seats are positioned, I'd be comfortable on a long journey on this. I have got loads of leg room.
I'll be. This reminds me. It's not exactly the same car, but it reminds me of Malcolm's Rover 75. In fact, there's so much room in the back.
The thing is that these seats in the back, they've got this appeal where I could sort of really go down like this and fall asleep in comfort on a long journey. I wouldn't get stressed or tired or anything at the back here. No. I really wouldn't.
And you do have some amenities as well. So down here, of course, we've actually got heated seats in the back here as well, Martin, as well as the front.
No, that's the thing I don't see much in cars. The heated seats in the back. That's
I've
really
noticed
good.
it is starting to become more common. But yes, nevertheless, we do have that. And we also have our own climate control.
Again, I like that
as well.
It gives the backseat passengers the chance to actually do things.
It's got the full ventilation there, or your own climate control in separate to the front.
I see you've even got vents here up on the pillars.
So that means then that this car has what's known as quad zone climate control. So you've got one for the driver, passenger, and then you have got your own zone, haven't you? You can control, which again for the passengers that should be the case really in a car like this. I did notice, of course, as well, you can tell from the front speakers, we have a Bose sound system.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, this is generally a very comfortable place to be. Lots of leather, lots of suede.
It is, it's exactly everything that you'd find. This armrest, well, it's probably like putting down a double bed. It's massive. Oh yes, and
complete with first aid kit in there as well.
And I'm sure that's cup holders. Yes, give me cup holders again. I've got to find out the cup holders.
But yes, even when you just pull that down, you feel how heavy it is. It's just quality.
Yeah, there is.
Quality
There's
materials.
No escaping from Audi and a lot of German manufacturers as a whole. It's build quality. Everything's nailed together well. It always is.
Going back to the front, what's straight about the front seats, so you can see it from the back here, the shape of them, is just actually how comfortable they are.
Yeah.
They're not total buckets, which I think would be uncomfortable in a car like this.
They're very nice and supportive,
but they've just got just enough support.
They don't really squeeze you in, and when you get out, you feel like you've lost your legs basically through lack of circulation.
Well, the thing is, you've got to remember, this car's designed for long journeys. If you have a set of buckets in the front, it's going to get quite uncomfortable.
It is a bit of a cruiser, isn't it? And I'd be happy cruising in this, I would. I really think this car would be a totally different thing inside if this was just all roof.
Yeah.
I really do. This actually is a very good feature.
It makes the car, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does.
Well, that's the back seat. Last but not least, I suppose we should take a look at the boot, seeing as this is
we may as well see
the ultimate daily driver, in my opinion.
There's going to be some nice size to this boot, but we will take a look at it. And then we'll touch on some of the outside, and I'll give you my decision if it's really going to be a win with me.
Let's take a look at the boot.
Right.
Well, that was the boot of the RS6.
And I was shouting for a lost drive in there because it's counting this, it's massive, isn't it? Really. You may not actually think it when you look at it like this and you see the seats and everything, but then when you open it up, you're going, hello!
It is absolutely cavernous.
It's massive, it really is. And I'd be impressed trying to get stuff in there. I wish I had this boot recently for some of the cases I was up to.
It would be useful for you, wouldn't it, at the moment?
Very useful. So yeah, and I just want to comment on these outsides with this wrap. This car looks like it came from Audi, all nicely painted out of the battery and everything, and then they decided to park in Area 51. And then the next day when it rolled out, it was like this. It's like a stealth bomber, isn't it? It's very stealthy.
It's a very well done wrap, as far as my amateur knowledge can tell.
It looks very tough and durable to this. It has been well done.
Obviously the door handles have been left, as has the roof up there, but you can't really tell it being a black car anyway.
No, it's fine. You have to do it and have little points to break it. I mean, you've got all this.
You've got these bits as well, the pillars there, yeah.
It goes with the nature of the car. It has been thought out.
And I've noticed they've left the silver mirrors as they are, but as we've mentioned before on the channel, I think that's a standout feature of certain cars.
Yes, I would have wanted them left.
If you wrap them as well, you're kind of taking away the, I don't know, I suppose the curb appeal of an RS6.
Yeah. There's a bit of a trademark into that.
Also matches with the wheels, the two-tone wheels, diamond cut wheels.
I really like these.
Paint with painted black inserts, so they go well with the mirrors, obviously with the silver there as well.
So go on then. I've got to be swayed if I would have this as my daily driver.
I think it's probably the ultimate daily drive, provided that is, of course, that you don't need something for going off-road.
Well, with a car like this, I wouldn't even want to be in the realms of going off-road. I'd need another vehicle for that. But I think if I needed it for a lot of the practical stuff and want something menacing on the roads with some power, I am swayed. I think I would have this as my ultimate daily driver.
As long as you don't need a Range Rover, it would be.
I'd probably have a Range Rover or an old Land Rover somewhere that I could take off-road.
Having said that though, you wouldn't use it for being off-road. If you put a set of winter tyres on this car with the four-wheel drive and everything, it would actually be very good in challenging sort of weather conditions.
For me, there's a few things now that I found when I got on the insides of life that I didn't realise when I was stood out here. I'm looking straight down the line of the car, and the first thing that I'm catching is the wheel arches.
Yeah.
They're reminiscent of when I had my Focus RS. And it's little touches that give a car more road presence. The flared wheel arch, everything like that, and it's got it.
Well, it needs it for the track of the wheels on this car because of how wide they are.
It's not just saying, "Oh, look at me" and all that. It is there for the purpose.
But of course,
so I like it.
the further you spread the wheels out on a car, the more grip and handling you're going to have. Yeah, it will give it brilliant handling, especially in challenging weather. If you were going to have a trip across Europe in winter or something like that, this car would be absolutely perfect.
Like a tank, would be really safe in this as well.
And that's the point of the four-wheel drive as well. It's not just about putting all that power on the ground, it's about safety.
Well, I think as an ultimate driver then you see, you're alright for all weather conditions as well. You're going to travel in style and safety and luxury and this. You've got all your bells and whistles you can ask for. And for me personally, it's how a car makes you feel. And the way this car is on the outside and the road presence it would have, I would enjoy driving this on a daily basis. So I will agree with you, Craig. I think it is an ultimate daily driver.